a dating quiz. What's wrong with this picture?
The random woman trying to interrupt the nice date between two stick figures.
I saw two people today that I fully made eye contact with. Like, you know, whenever you see somebody from across like the gym and you just, like, you double take at each other. That happened to me twice today, and this is literally my face. On the inside, I'm like, hi, who are you? Please approach me. But they never do, so nobody makes the effort, and you're strangers forever. No!
Bro, let me know if you guys are experiencing this exact same thing. Most women seem unapproachable. You still go up and talk to them, of course, but it's that everything about them seems unapproachable. This has happened to me multiple times where a girl seems completely disinterested, not giving me any signs of actual attraction, but then you find out later that she actually likes you.
Is it hard to be in a relationship with an... For me, it's way harder to date and try to find a boyfriend doing... I would go on so many first dates and they only cared that I did, and it was like really obvious. And they also, I could tell, like, didn't want anything serious with me. They didn't take me seriously as a partner. They just wanted to hook up, and I'm not a hookup girl at all.
Of course, this is going to be unacceptable to most guys. Imagine being with a girl that constantly has a for sale sign around her neck. That's how the majority of men view it.
My husband has an issue with me going to our neighbor's house to get into his hot tub from time to time. And I do not understand what the issue is. Our neighbor has a huge home with a nice hot tub on his back patio, and I love it. He always invites me and my husband to come over and get in the hot tub, but my husband never wants to go. So I leave him at home and I go. My husband says that I do not need to be over there with another man in a hot tub and that it is inappropriate. I'm not over there allowing him to touch me or anything like that, but it's fun and I enjoy it. I don't look at our neighbor in a sexual way at all. And yes, he is overly friendly and my husband doesn't like that part, but that's the way he is with everyone and I don't pay it any mind. I don't want to keep arguing with my husband, but unless he has a better reason other than the fact that it makes him uncomfortable, then I'm going to go and get in the hot tub. I'm not cheating. I am having a fun time. Yes, our neighbor is single and he's rich, which is why I feel my husband is against me going over there. He is secretly being a hater.
I think that you secretly being dumb.
What?
This makes no sense. You sound like a goofy.
Wait,
it makes no sense. Time out.
She's already choosing the neighbor over you, bro. If she was actually inside your frame and actually respected you, she would not have a problem when you said no to things like that. She would respect his wishes and not go over. Simple.
All right, everybody. I'm going to be embarrassing myself so much by speaking out about this, but it needs to be said. So I hated Andrew Tate in the beginning. I was on the wrong side of TikTok and I watched a lot of videos about how people are saying that he's a terrible human being, he's misogynistic, and that you are to not like him. So I, of course, believed the media, and I didn't like him because they were telling me to not like him. And I called him misogynistic when, in fact, I didn't even know the true definition of misogyny. Most of the people who are calling him misogynistic don't know the definition. So y'all are embarrassing yourselves when you call him misogynistic when you don't even know what it is. And I am the person to admit that I am embarrassed.
Accountability. Good for her. Short content nowadays is actually really dangerous. Most people will only pay attention to the title of a news article, and that's the exact same thing with short content that's being produced. TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, all this stuff. People will watch a 15-second clip taken out of context and then depict someone's entire personality and character based off of that 15 seconds. But in reality, a lot of times you have to do hours of research to get a better understanding of their person and their beliefs. And that's something that is really not acknowledged enough.
You ask people about Andrew Tate. You're just asking, why don't you like the guy? They don't know what to say. They just know they've been told not to like him, but they can't actually articulate to you one good reason why. What is your experience actually like? We're seeing, like, you know, edited footage. Yeah. What happens when you do these?
It's such a great question. I'm just so happy we can talk about this because it's a wild experience. Like, I go out there and a lot of the time, because I'm sweet and smiley, they think that I'm gonna be on their side. So they're more than happy to talk to me. I do warn them beforehand. And I do say, hey, look, like, whatever you say, you know, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, just so, you know, make it more interesting. No problem, Leia, that's totally fine. We start, and there's like a look in their eyes. It changes. Like, I'm talking to girls and they think that I'm gonna be like, yeah, he's a bad person. But when I'm like, do you have any examples? Like, is there any evidence? They look at me like, You're supposed to be on my side.
Exactly, bro. It's genuine brainwashing.
Oh my god, please, I'm here to talk about your restraining order against me. I didn't actually mean to say that all those words I said in court earlier.
Away from my door now.
No, that's the danger zone, G. Lock the door.
You know what? When I think about it, men are a lot more submissive than women, actually, because they just don't give as much pushback. They accept our alternate realities. They go with us to Target. They go with us to Walmart. They go up and down every single aisle. Yeah, they might huff and puff, but they don't say anything. They try new recipes that they don't like necessarily. Sometimes they do. They dance on TikTok with us. They, you know what I'm saying? They're just a little, they don't give as much pushback as we do. They take our new definitions. They go through our eras. They like all these different hairstyles, and I mean, when you think about it, but I don't know. I don't know why it's a trigger word, because it seems like it's a trigger word to the group of people who don't even do it.
It's actually a good point. A lot of guys that watch this kind of content need to remember that you are rare just for watching this content. The vast majority of men in the West are simps. They let their women walk all over them. And just by you absorbing this information, it puts you in a different caliber of man. Just by you having boundaries. Most men have no frame. They're not dominant. They don't lead. So just by you sticking by your word, setting healthy boundaries, makes you a unique animal, because it is genuinely rare nowadays.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what.
Now, whose fault is that? You see, you made the conscious choice to put on a hijab whilst making explicit content, and you're surprised you're banned from the Middle East? You're not an activist for women. You're a hypocrite. You went out of your way to sexualize a group of women who explicitly do not want to be sexualized, and even wore a veil to protect themselves from just that. And I also find it comical how you issued an apology for women who wore glasses because you pushed harmful stereotypes onto them. Where is that same apology for Muslim women? You should be told you pushed the harassment, the and the degradation of the hijab and of Muslim women. Instead of people holding you accountable, they laugh at your mid-jokes. Others can sit here and act like you're the victim, but ultimately, it is Muslim women who are going to face the consequences of your actions.
I know, you're so oppressed, my dears. I know, life is so hard for you. You have to live in the richest, most equitable, most just country in the history of the world. You have to get a college education. You have to voluntarily go to lectures. It's so awful. I can't imagine. The people who are in war-torn nations, they must truly pity you. Goodbye. Goodbye then. I'm not that. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate your support, but I'm not that intimidated by these guys.
Absolutely humbled. My man.